Hi, this is Jilly Bling. I have one of 3 projects using Joy of Noel. So I saw this card on Stampin' Pretty, Mary Fish's website, and it is almost an exact copy of it, but it is just so beautiful. I'm not sure what she did on the inside, but this stamp came in the stamp set and I thought, let's give it a try. Using tiny trees again, just used that a few days ago. But isn't that beautiful? So that's today's project. And thank you, Stampin' Pretty, for sharing that great idea. So we'll use the bundle, Joy of Noel, which includes a stamp set and the dies, deco rectangles for the 2 vanilla papers, tiny Christmas trees for the background, and deckled circles for these circles here. Okay. Let's get started. It's so pretty. It's so classic. I love it. I'll also be using a few festive pearls at the end. And I wanted to make sure to give credit to Stampin' Pretty. And because it's a polymer set, I'll be using my foam pad for stamping. Because polymer stamps don't come with the foam on them, so using the foam pad makes all the difference. Okay, vanilla cardstock thick, and I'll put all the paper cut sizes on my blog, and my blog is jillybling.com. And like I said, this is one of 3 projects using this bundle, and if you order it through me, I would love to send you the 3 card kits, and they will be coming up, and I'll be showing them very soon. I have a plan for all of them. Okay, these are for the circles. See what I have over here. I have tools. The embossing toolkit is just the best thing. It comes with these 2 items and an embossing buddy and a tray. And we'll be using these 3 items today. Not so much the tray. I have my own little tray. Okay. Well, you know what? We're going to use all this, so I'm just going to pull it all out. So the Noel goes on this little paper after we stamp it. These are for the circles. A big one and a little one. And I made a little template. You don't have to do the template, but I'll show you how it works. This is for this rectangle. And first we're going to cut the shape of the rectangle, then we'll use the tiny trees die. And this is for the little pine branches. Okay, what else we have? We have one more big die. And I'll go through all these in just a minute. So if you go to my blog later, after I get this posted, and you'll see the paper cut sizes. The paper cut size is big enough to hold the die. So we're going to cut out this large die for right here. There's a little bit smaller one for the vanilla one that has the trees cut out of it. We're going to cut out 2 fern die in the gold. And if ever you have to compromise your die, like because the paper, it will fit both of these pieces. But just remember, usually where the end is, you're going to tuck that underneath the circle. So don't worry, if you have to compromise something, just let that hang off. We'll cut 2 of those. 2 circles. And before I start cutting anything, let me stamp this. Just making sure you could see that. Yeah, because it's white on vanilla. I'm going to stamp the word Noel. In Versamark so that I can heat emboss it. And we'll use this stamp right here. And it's convenient that the stamp is shaped like that and the words will cut out like that. Very convenient, very nice. So if ever you have a hard time getting the results you want. First of all, are you using Stampin' Up! White or vanilla paper or colored? And then also, do you have enough ink on your Versamark pad? And then are you using Stampin' Up! Embossing powder? And all of those things, I found out the hard way, all of those things do make a difference. Because for a while, right when I got started stamping many years ago, I was using some inexpensive bargain powder that Mama and I, we thought, look at all of this. And we were sharing that big bottle of embossing powder. Then when I saw what Stampin' Up! Product does, night and day difference. I would never do that again. No matter if they gave it to me for free, I wouldn't use it, just because this, particularly the silver and gold, all of them are beautiful, but those are just so pretty. Now, I'm going to brush off a little bit of excess. And you know the die cut's so close, I don't know that these little bits would even show. But now I know they won't because they're gone. So we'll use the embossing powder again in a few minutes. It's so pretty. Okay. So this will now cut out. Look how perfectly that fits. So I'll cut out the words. I'll cut out all of these pieces that we talked about. So here are the two deco rectangles, and they just get put on here. I'll put this one on with dimensionals, the larger one. And that will go right onto the card base. And then next is, looking at this, next is the gold. Did I pull out a piece of gold? It was hiding underneath all those dies. Okay, so a piece of gold. And that gets laid right in the middle. Well, that was loud. Weather notification. Expect rain to start in 15 minutes. Okay. It's going to be raining. Now this piece, but we need those tiny trees. And I have a hint for doing the tiny trees. This big die right here. So because this paper is smaller than the size of the die, you could position it anywhere. But if you flip it over, and some washi tape here, you can like strategically position it. So I'm looking at this one. See how you could see the die cut? So I'm going to scooch it over a little. Here I'm getting the tips of the tree, so I'll scooch it up a little bit. Okay, so right there, and that's just based on the shape of this deckled rectangle die that I'm doing this. I could make it bigger, but I really like the size that Stampin' Pretty made it. Okay, so not much of that, none of the tip. So I'll stick that down. And over here it looks like I'm going to get part of the tree, but it's okay for just a little part of it, especially because this is a deckled rectangle edged die, which is very random. Okay, so now I'm going to run this through my machine like regular. Here it is. So I'll put that on, and I'm going to use liquid glue. I could use my Stampin' Seal, but sometimes it might kind of bridge over the tree, the hole, and I want my gold paper just to shine. And another note, if you're using glue, try to maybe be in a little bit from the edge, just because if you get glue on your gold paper, it'll dry and all, but it'll be kind of foggy. We don't want that. So just do your best. But if it happens, it's no big deal. So I'm going to try to position this carefully. Set it down, and I'll move it just a little bit, but that's it. Otherwise I'd get streaks, like milky streaks on my foil. Okay, so that's done. Okay, the circles, those are right here. And there's no stamping on the vanilla circle, so I could just attach that. And again, try to be careful about getting glue onto your foil. Okay, so my little template, let me show you why I came up with little template. Here are my words, because some people like things just right. Noel, okay. And if I were putting dimensionals on things, trying to get them in place, I would always think, oh, too high. I'd be adjusting them all day long. Therefore, little template to the rescue. Put it on here. And because I did the decal circle right around the edge, and I was trying to keep this amount, the L, maybe 1/8 of an inch away from the circle edge. Same with the E and same with the N. The O, not so much. The O is a little bit bigger, but it's a little bit more controlled, hopefully. Okay, template in place. Now I'm going to put dimensionals in here. Little dimensionals. Those are big ones. And if you're better with positioning stuff, you don't need to make a template. But I know some of you. Some of you have commented, yeah, I do stuff like that too. If I was making just one, I would probably just move it around. But I think I need to make a few of these. Just little bitty dimensionals. I should do what Jude said. Just take the edge. I'll do that next round of mini dimensionals. She said just take the edge and cut it into little slivers. I think that was even the word she used, slivers. Because at first I read it like silvers. I'm like, I like silver. Cut little silvers? Oh, this is a new one. This one doesn't have edges on it. But I'm going to do it somehow. I'm going to do this. Okay, so pull this up. Get into it so I can make slivers. Oh, that is nice. Look at that tiny little bit. Two more little bits. And you know I do have those foam adhesive strips too. This one might be too big. Maybe not. Yeah, it's a little big. Okay, trim it a little bit. But you know what? It's going to be vanilla on vanilla with white dimensionals. So it's probably no big deal. And I'll just put 2 mini dimensionals on my O. Okay. These words are just so pretty. I love the little detail in them. This little leaf. I should turn my phone off. It's being noisy. Okay, there we are. But see how the template works? And then you just have to kind of carefully pull up the template and get it out of there. But look at that, everything's right in place. Yes. Okay. This kind of reminds me, have you ever had a pomegranate? And if you go online, there's all kinds of ways to like open to deseed it. But as a kid, I remember sitting there. Did I like the pomegranate seeds? Yeah, it's okay. But what I really liked was picking each of them out and pulling the little pockets apart. Yeah, isn't it funny how you flash back to things sometimes? Okay, so 2 or how about 3 dimensionals in the middle, and that's only because we're going to stick the gold pine needles around it. So this will go right here. Okay, and the gold, these little ones, isn't that beautiful? I mean, you could do a whole card, just have words right in the middle, a little bit of designer paper. It's just so pretty. And have these little pine pieces around it. Ooh, you could do this with, what is that designer paper? The brushed? That would be beautiful. Oop, hold on. I see a bridge of glue. Can't have that. Okay. And I'm leaving room for the bow. And I'm trying to position these so that it's right at the edge, so it'll go into the envelope. Okay, that's all that's to that. And I'll put on a few more dimensionals because I notice this is like rocking and rolling. Done with all that. A few more dimensionals. Just to kind of steady it. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Okay, and then next is the bow and a few bling, a few festive pearls. Let's do the bow. It's so pretty. Okay, so the bow is vanilla and gold, and they call it satin edged ribbon. Sometimes I look at these. Oh, I can't say that. Ruben et Bordure Satin. Okay. So, if you're interested in this bundle, all of the die cuts will come, none of the stamping will come, but you'll have your bundle. And pieces will be cut out and your double bow will be done for you. And accessories like the bling, that's included too. Okay. So we'll put it on with a glue dot. Right about there. And then I like to put a little bit of glue underneath it, just to make sure that glue dot won't let go. Okay. And then 5 festive pearls. The gold is so perfect. Are you ever like, I don't know where to put them? That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. 5. Okay. Let's do something on the inside. Should we do the same thing or something a little different? I like the word, making spirits bright. Let's do that. And maybe there's holly. Maybe a few of these, but I like that too. I like how it matches the words. What about something like this? Okay, let's do that one. I haven't used that one. Look at this. That's pretty. Maybe just like a swoosh. Okay, right like that. That's very pretty. Okay. And you know, I haven't used this. Let me try. I've heard this works. Where if you use Versamark, and then you clean it vigorously. And I'm doing that just because when you first have a stamp set, particularly polymer, there's like a coating on it and it doesn't hold the ink. The ink kind of balls up in little spots. And I'm trying to have that not happen. So, cleaner. I'm wiping off the Versamark. It's getting bubbly. So if ever you have a new stamp set and that happens, try cleaning it. Or let's see how this works. It's giving it a rinse. Okay. Hopefully it's dry. I'll do the words first. That could dry just a little more. Making spirits bright. Oh, I had to do Buddy on there. Buddy everywhere. Okay, let's hope that turned out. And do this beautiful stamp. I might do a little bit right down here. Okay, let's see how this is going to turn out by getting gold powder on it. Look at that. I think it's going to be good. See, I'm so tempted to pull out my water painter and add just a little bit of color, but this is a monochromatic. I see a few spots that need a little bit of attention. Okay, that should do it. Let's cook that thing. That is just so pretty. Okay, so that's going to go onto here. Okay, and this goes inside the card. Boy, that was kind of quick. I think we're almost done. Oh, I had to trim the ends of the ribbon and then that's it. See, now I can make this one for a Christmas card because there's no coloring. It's so elegant, it's so pretty. Okay, there it is. Just beautiful. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.